Alright, okie dokie. So this is my second attempt, as I just filmed it and you saw me like this the whole way through, so I'm going to repeat myself again. So, welcome to phase 2 of the our kick program. And phase 2, we're focusing on the liver. So this is where you either switch on your metabolism or you switch off your metabolism. So I'm going to talk about that in depth in a bit, but I just want to recap over phase 1. So we've just finished the 3, you're either just finishing, halfway through, or just about to start the 3-day juice fast. This is only the beginning, so your body's quite vulnerable at this current moment in time. So anything you put into your body will be absorbed. So we're going to put some good stuff into your body, which is great. But equally, if you're putting rubbish back into your body, not great. So really avoid all those toxins where possible for as long as possible. So there's increased absorption because of what you've done. It's in a very vulnerable place. Don't put toxins back in, and continue with all the steps from phase 1: chewing your food, sitting down, eating organic, the sauerkraut, all those types of things, fermented foods, and don't put toxins back into your body immediately. Give yourself some time. So recap of phase 1, and let's talk about phase 2. So phase 2, I'm going to focus on the liver. Now, just before I tell you how to do that, I'm going to tell you some telltale signs of poor liver function. So, if you've got a poor liver, which is not working well, you're going to have a reduced metabolic rate. So, with a lower metabolic rate, also comes kind of fat storage, especially around your belly and your upper abdomen. We've got a great video that shows, that explains why this is the case, but you have a kind of a barrel here, that's a sign of poor liver function. You've got low fat burning potential, and also you have a lot of cellulite on your body, and that's because of the fat globules can't be broken down by the liver. And so some telltale signs. Now, low energy, you've probably experienced that this week anyway because of the juice detox, which is completely normal. That was a common bit of feedback that we received, and that's very normal, so don't worry. But if around all the other times you're just one of those people that just have most days of the week, could be a sign that your liver isn't functioning as it should. Cellulite, like I said above. If you're someone also who wakes up religiously between the hours of 1 and 3, every single night you just wake up and that's your normal, that could be a sign that your liver isn't functioning as it should, because it wakes you up when it's doing what it should. By that I mean, throughout the 24-hour period of our day, our body's responsible for doing different things throughout the day. Between the hours of 1 and 3 in the middle of the night, your body's responsible for that's when the liver detoxes the most. So if it's overrun and if it's trying to do too much, it will wake you up. So after a night on the tiles, it's very common. You'll probably fall off to sleep quite quickly, but then you'll always wake up sort of 2, 3-ish, quite hot, quite sweaty, shattered, but you can't go back to sleep, and that's a sign that your liver's being overrun, just because of all the alcohol and toxins you've been putting into your body the night before. High body fat percentage, the telltale sign of poor liver function. A sluggish metabolism, and low levels of lean muscle tissue. We all have those friends that, you equally with them, you go on a bit of a health kick and they seem to drop body fat like that. They exercise a bit more and they eat a bit better, and all of a sudden they get what we would call a fast responder. That's usually someone who genetically has a very strong liver. If you're someone who is a slow responder, on the flip side of the coin, could be a sign that your liver needs a bit of work before it can start processing and end up in your metabolism. So something that you might need to focus on if you're a slow responder. So just to recap, the liver is where we're going to switch our metabolism on or off. Hopefully we're switching it on with this process. And also, if you're someone who struggles with a lot of hormonal issues, it could be down to the liver. By sorting out the liver, you could help sort out those hormonal issues too. So I've got a few steps here for phase 2. Now if you can, continue with all the steps from phase 1, and then we're going to add these in. So there's a list here of, let me just find my sheet. There's a list here of certain food groups that sound like characters from like a sci-fi film. I'll try and say them correctly, but my pronunciation isn't great. So, number 1, I want you to eat more cruciferous vegetables. And they're basically things like your broccoli, your bok choy, your cabbage, your Brussels sprouts, good time of year to start eating things like that because they're quite in season, or they will be in a few months' time. Really, really good late dinner to have. If you're working late and you come in 8, half 8, 9 o'clock, you're going to go to bed in an hour or two. If you steam some lovely organic vegetables, cruciferous vegetables, let them cool for a minute, and then just drizzle on some really good extra virgin olive oil onto them with some salt and pepper, and they really brings out all the flavours. It's lovely, very simple but delicious flavours. So it's a great evening meal, late evening meal. And the next one is some beta carotene and flavonoids. Eat more of those. So they're foods containing, actually let me have a quick look. No, that's a selenium one. Apples, beetroot, spinach, leafy vegetables, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, avocados, those types of things. So if you can eat more of those, what they do is they help stimulate the liver. This first one helps flush out the liver, these next ones help stimulate the liver. Okay, so the next one, glutathione, that one, rich foods. They're foods containing things like eggs, onions, spinach, garlic, all the really good smelly vegetables that we get. On your handout, the one that's attached to the Facebook page and the email you're going to receive, we've got a really good liver shot in there. And now, hold my hand up, I haven't had that. I'm a bit of a worse, I don't dare yet, and I think of all the excuses in the world. Basically, it's a shot of things like lemon juice, garlic, ginger, and you just down it just before bed, and it really helps that liver do its job. You probably will stink the next day, but if you don't mind that, great. And if you're not working closely with people, probably wouldn't recommend it if you're maybe an eye optician or a dentist, because you do work, you'll be breathing over people, that you will smell it. But if you do give it a go, please let me know, because I'm very, very keen to see what that's like. So that's number 3. Number 4, eat a lot more antioxidants, really kind of high antioxidants, so things like blueberries, all that kind of stuff that's very high in antioxidants. A great drink you can have is something that we sell in the food box called Zambrosa, and that's really rich. It's like having 50 punnets of blueberries in one shot. It's a really high in antioxidants, and you just take a shot of that in the morning, or you can add it to water, make it a bit of a longer drink if you want. It's very nice and sweet as well. So that's that. Eat more selenium and arginine. These are amino acids, so things like turkey, Brazil nuts, beef, all those types of things. Really make sure they're really good quality as well. And they help, is that enough? Where are we? Yes, sunflower seeds, chicken, mushrooms, garlic, and they help cleanse the liver. So this one helps flush, this one helps to stimulate, that one cleanses, and this one's detoxifying. So you're kind of hitting all of the areas of the liver there with those food groups. Now, we're putting all these great food groups in that are supporting every function of the liver. The last thing we want to be doing is putting toxins back in. So no alcohol, very toxic. Caffeine we do recommend at certain times depending on your goal. We're trying to detox the liver, it's a toxin, get rid of it, don't have it. Processed foods, obvious toxin, smoking, obvious toxin, and fried foods, obvious toxin. So there's no point putting all the toxins back into the liver when what we're trying to do is detoxify it. So absolutely no of those. If you're someone who's done our strip program, which is like the summer, spring into summer program, we do something called castor oil packing. So if you go onto YouTube and just watch a video of someone castor oil packing a gym, usually there's some great on there, and they will help show you how to do that. Quick demo, what you'll need is a hot water bottle, obviously some castor oil, and this is a cotton cloth, you can get a muslin cloth, something like that. Now what you see is my splodge there from the other night, bit of castor oil, drizzle it on, make sure it's rubbed in, and just pop that onto your liver. So pop that, so the castor oil's sitting on my skin, not my jumper, onto my skin. Bit of cling film around the body, hot water bottle full on top of the castor oil, and then you can sit there for about an hour to 90 minutes, and that will help you start to absorb all the castor oil into that liver, and it supports the function of the liver. So that's what that's for. If you're someone who, after you've castor oil packed, if you're someone who's done an enema before, I'm not recommending you start it afresh now, but if you're someone who's very familiar with it, what's quite a good thing to do is castor oil pack, and then 24 hours later do an enema, and that helps flush out all those toxins you're kind of calling to the liver. It just helps support the liver do it quicker in a way. don't start that now. If that's something you're new to, I won't give it a go, but if it's something you're familiar with, it's a great thing to follow up a castor oil packing. And then finally, a liver health supplement. That looks like this. You take one with a meal 3 times a day, and it just helps support the liver doing what it should do. Now, I know as soon as I take this, immediately I kind of get I get a bit spotty around the side of my face here. That's how I respond to this. It's just I know my liver's working because it happens almost immediately. So that's your liver health formula. That just supports the liver function. So they're all the steps this week. Nice, because these are all really nice foods. You can make some really good recipes out of that. We've put one on Facebook. I put it on about 3 days ago. I think it involves pumpkin. And there's just some nice, interesting things there. Get rid of all the toxins as you are anyway, and just a few things to help support the process, a few lifestyle practices there. And what we're adding back in, continue with live foods. No dairy, continue with that. No rice, continue with that. However, you can add in sweet potato, butternut squash, and some pumpkin in there, just to add a bit more variation to your diet. So that's phase 2. We're going to support the liver and hopefully reap the benefits. So well done, keep going. And if you've got any questions, just fire them my way. Cheers, good luck.